You ever talk about France's poop in the river day to protest the upcoming Olympics? What did you just say to me? Did you ever talk about France's poop in the river day? What in the world is that? I don't want to pull up poop on stream just yet. Let me see. Dubbed Je suis dans le Séné le 23 juin, or I poop in the Seine on June 23rd. The movement has been set up to question the river's safety as the president of France pledges to swim in it. That's a banger. They're just going to start shitting in the lake when the French president jumps in. As the Olympics draw near, President Emmanuel Macron intends to swim in the Seine River to prove it's clean and safe. I actually love that idea. So they haven't started pooping yet. Well, I'm sure they're shitting, just not in the river yet. Oh my god. That should be a fun event. They should be in diarrhea mode. I'm sure there will be some diarrhea mode activation. It sounds like they really want to fuck up this river before he jumps in. I'm sure surely the president is aware though, so will he really swim in the shit? I don't think he will, no. I personally don't think he'll do it. Doesn't their city already smell like shit? Everyone that I know that has ever talked about Paris has only ever had horrible things to say about it. So, I guess. My boyfriend drank another woman's breast milk on Reddit. Some dude purchased breast milk off Facebook Marketplace. So did we. We just never received it. We were going to do a Facebook Marketplace video the same way we did Temu and Wish, but the people on Facebook Marketplace are actually, like, not right mentally. So things just continuously fell apart for that. So all the breast milk we bought, we just couldn't get. Because you have to communicate directly to the seller. And it's actually like talking to the people from Vaudeville. That AI video game I played, the detective one. It's unusable. Like getting weird stuff, you talk to people that are very odd. And people selling breast milk were odd. Yeah, I know, right? Who would have fucking guessed? Did you see that there's a website for people who don't live in France to coordinate the poop? Oh, you can actually ship in your own shit? That must be so tedious. Like, it makes sense if you're already there to just go to the river and take a shit, but if you have to send it through postage, that's awful. That's laborious. You have to fish it out of the toilet, put it in a bag, put it in a box, and then ship it, bring it to the post office. That's terrible. Shit it and ship it. Yeah, I mean, that's a cool slogan. No, I think there's a lot of people that are going to be doing this. It's apparently a very big trend to go take a shit in this river. It's about to be a big trend to go do that. People really do not like the president or whatever. So I think there'll be a lot more than just one diabolical dumper going there. There'll probably be quite a few. The Boston Tea Party on steroids. Yeah, kind of, I suppose, to an extent. Almost nothing like it, actually, the more you think about it. The only thing it has in common is water. We've been using poop as a weapon since forever. True. Could put that on the end of your spear, end of an arrow, inflict poison damage. Any good or notable food on your trip? Nothing like crazy. We ate really standard, simple shit, honestly. Like, I had Jersey Mike's twice, some Dino Nuggies, then just, like, Cookout. So nothing crazy. I will say I had probably the worst dining experience of my life, though. All of us did. We went to Longhorn, and I really like Longhorn. And I realize it's not, like, the staff's fault or anything. At least I don't think it was. But we went to Longhorn. We ordered our food. It took 2.5 hours for the food to arrive. But at the 2-hour mark, I had ordered something like pretty simple because I didn't want to overeat right before doing the Mr. Beast thing. But I was so fucking hungry. So I ordered like a grilled chicken strawberry salad, which absolutely slaps from Longhorn. At the 2-hour mark, they came out and told us they don't have any fruit. So then me and Drew, who both ordered that, had to like either pivot to something else, which would have been a disaster because it would have delayed the meal by another hour, or just get grilled chicken on top of lettuce and nothing else. And I was like, fuck it. It's already 2.5 hours. I'll just take that. And then Drew changed it a little bit and his food came out later. But yeah, it was brutal. I've never waited for food that long in my life. I actually almost. So I thought I had to be to the Mr. Beast thing at midnight because that's what we were told initially, but they ended up changing it. We didn't finish eating. We got to the restaurant at, I think it was like maybe a little before 9. We didn't leave the restaurant and we left right after finishing the meal until after 11. So if they had stuck with the original plan of starting at midnight, I would have most likely missed the Mr. Beast video just because Longhorn took that long with food. That was crazy. I don't know what was happening in like the back of the kitchen, but it was rough. There was also nobody else in there, so it wasn't like super busy either. I never really have notably bad restaurant experiences, but that was like one of the rare times where it was like, wow, this was almost a huge fucking problem. How much did they get tipped? I think it was still, I think still 20%. I never let anyone tip under 20%. Even if I didn't pay for this one, Matt did. I don't let anyone tip under that. It's not like the fucking waiters. Like, it's not like they were holding the food from us. It's not their fault. Whatever the fuck was going on in the back of the kitchen, though, was very fucked up. Can't believe that one dude had a gas pump up his ass. Who? Dude put a gas pump in his ass? I want to see. Sticker instructs people not to insert gas pump nozzle into mouth or rectum. Where do you see that someone had it in their mouth or in their ass? Oh, woman high on meth dies after pumping gasoline into her anus. 32-year-old Pennsylvania woman has been killed after an overdose on meth caused her to insert a gas pump nozzle into her anus and pumping gasoline. What a way to go. That must have been very painful for the gas pump. The hero who saved lives by pumping hydrogen gas into his own anus. What? Why did this come up? Dr. Stubben Firth, who believed that yellow fever wasn't an infectious disease and set out to prove it in the most disgusting manner imaginable. He collected various fluids from the infected, made a wound in his arm, and poured in some vomit, before pouring it into his eyeballs and then drinking it. After not being infected, he moved on to experimenting with patients' blood, saliva, and urine. Of course, turned out it was an infectious disease. He didn't get ill, but only because he had collected his fluids from patients in the last stages of the disease when it was no longer infectious. He had been chugging puke for absolutely no reason at all. What a story. What a story. That's a go-getter. He said, I don't need guinea pigs. I'll be the canvas. There was also Dr. Nicholas Sin, who pumped a large amount of hydrogen gas into his anus. He was an American surgeon, served in the Spanish-American War. At the time, x-rays were not widespread. Bullet wounds to the abdomen where the intestines or the stomach were perforated were incredibly difficult to diagnose and locate. This was somewhat of a problem given that without prompt treatment, gunshot injuries of the small intestines resulted in death. He had seen far too many deaths when this type of wound, so he came up with a plan. He began to inflate the mortally wounded like a balloon. It occurred to him that a wound in the stomach or intestines should be sought for in such a way as a plumber locates a leak in a gas pipe. Huh. Is that right? I mean, I guess it's not a bad idea. Cool. Well, I didn't see the guy who just put a gas pump in his ass, but I learned about a woman who died doing it and a surgeon who did it to help treat gunshot wounds. That was cool. The video was on Twitter. It's a guy in Italy. Okay, let me try putting Italy into the search parameters. Italy gas pump butt, maybe. Gas pump fetish? Gas pump guy? Is it gas pump guy? Oh, fuck yeah. Wait, this is awesome. Hey, good for him. Sometimes you gotta go hard or go home. You know what I mean? See the videos of the two guys fighting with machete and the one guy cuts off the other guy's hand and he picks up his hand off the ground as if it was just a minor inconvenience? Yeah, and he wipes it off. I saw that. He was like really perturbed. After his hand gets cut off, he just like marches over there all angrily, picks it up and like wipes it on his shirt once and then walks away with it. He's like, why I never. This is supposed to be an honorable machete fight.